Money ain't good if you going to the grave because you stressing and got depression. Yes, I'm all up in y'all business because it is that serious. Y'all making me put on my therapy hat right now. Hey friends, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Anissa Monet. I am a licensed massage therapist, the owner of Peace and Harmony Day Spa, where we offer facials, massages, body contouring, and body detoxing. If you are new here, welcome. On this channel, I like to talk about all things business, lifestyle, merge them together, all things, okay? I just like to share what I do, share my experience with you guys. So if anyone's out there looking for encouragement as a licensed massage therapist, a beauty industry professional, period, I like to show you my neck of the woods because it ain't always pretty. It's not always pretty. Sometimes it's hard, but it's motivational for you and I, because when I look back, I'm excited too. So welcome. If you want to see more videos, make sure you like and subscribe so you can stick around and see all of the uploads and check out my previous videos as well. Let's get into the video. So y'all, in today's video, I want to talk about the mistakes that I personally feel like I've made in my business. So I've been in business for 4 years. This will be my 4th year, and August will be my 4th year. So I feel like I can share a little bit about the mistakes that I made from year 1 until now. So yeah, let's get right into that. And I do have my phone and my journal because I jotted down a few things so I didn't miss like some key points that I wanted to talk about. And the first thing I want to discuss, you guys, remember I told you I am a licensed massage therapist. So looking back at it now, I think one of the mistakes that I probably made was jumping straight into my business straight out of school. Like literally straight out of school. You can literally follow me all the way back on my personal page and my business page, and you can see like where I graduated and like literally jumped into my business the next month. The reason why I would say that it was a mistake, well, let me just say this. It worked out in my favor, okay? Because I am doing good because I had to hustle a little harder. But it was a mistake because I'm jumping out in a new field. Like my field at the time was counseling, mental health therapy. That was my thing. So jumping from therapy up until counseling, jumping from therapy into massage therapy, it was a little different. So I had to warm up my audience and let them know like, hey, this is my field of industry now, and this is what I do, blah, blah, blah. Like getting people to realize that I was actually a professional in this lane as well. So that was a little hard. I think, actually, if I can go back, I wouldn't change that because, again, it made me work hard. But I wanted to throw that in there because I want someone who's out there watching. I don't want you to feel like you should just jump out straight out of school and bam, you're going to get it. Excuse me, y'all. You're going to get it. It's not that easy. I had to work hard. So like I was saying, I do have 2 children. So at the time, like I was out here trying to build my business as well as take care of my kids, because when I first came out of school, massage therapy was the only thing that I was doing. I did not have a job. I just had like a little bit of savings prior to me going to school. And so when I jumped out of school, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna have this idea. I'm gonna start my business and boom, I'm just gonna be making money, taking care of my family. That didn't happen. Please know that I did go back to work. So in 2019, when I started my business, I was getting clients. I had clients here and there, but not enough to sustain like my lifestyle, take care of my kids. And then COVID happened. Okay, so the pandemic happened and I had to go back to work because these people weren't giving me PPP loans and all this kind of stuff. Like my business had just started in 2019 and then the pandemic came around, so I couldn't get any of that. So I did go back to work, and I worked for 2 years while still doing my business on the side. So I was building up clientele and growing my business at this I'm working and growing my business at the same time. So would I do it again? I probably, like I said, I probably would, because it made me work really, really hard, and I'm very appreciative of where I am today. But I do think it was a mistake thinking that I can just jump out of school and bam, I'm gonna have all these clientele. So make sure you plan accordingly if that's your plan straight out of school, and especially if you have children. Like you have to think about them. Let's see what's next. So this is a good one. Not separating my life from my business. What I mean by this is allowing clients and customers to have full, complete access to me at all times. So when I started Peace and Harmony Day Spa, I did not have a separate business line. I didn't have a separate business page. Everything was all through my Facebook and through my personal phone. What I quickly learned is clients and customers sometimes are not aware of we had us as the professionals, having a business and having family. Like, those are two separate things. So I would get phone calls 10 o'clock at night, 11 o'clock at night, 3, 4, 5. It didn't matter in the morning. It's just clients and customers think on a right now, right here spectrum. So if they have a question, they on the phone. If they need to do something, they're on the phone. They're not realizing that you might be at a birthday party with your son or graduation with your daughter. They want what they want, and they want it now. So in order to help myself out and cut all of that out, I learned to separate the two. So I went and got a track phone for my business. I brought a cheap little track phone from, I think, Walmart, and I pay like $30 every 3 months. Yeah, it's like $10 a month. So I pay $30 every 3 months, and we've been using that phone for 2 years now. So at the end of the day and on the weekend, I do charge that phone and I leave it at the spot. So when I come into work the next business day, I can check all of that, check voicemails, all of that. So that was one of the mistakes that I made, not separating the two, and I'm glad that I did. Now, even on my personal page, like, I still have some people contacting me, like people I went to school with, people I know from around my town. They will inbox me on my personal page, and that's fine. If I can answer the question right then and there, I will. If not, if I'm sleepy or something like that, or in the bed, I just respond the next day. But for customers like that's finding me on Groupon, Google, and stuff, they used to have my personal number, so I had to change that. I had to get a phone. So that was a mistake I made. And if you're out there making that same mistake and tired of people just calling you, feeling burnout, go ahead and get you a separate business line or a Google phone number, so that you're not having to deal with that on your personal line, and you can kind of separate the two so you're not stressing out. Okay, an additional thing that I felt was a mistake in my business was not fully understanding how to use Groupon. Y'all, I lost so much money with Groupon in the beginning because I did not know how to properly set my price margins. Like, I just thought it was cool to have my services on Groupon. So when I first started out, I put the laser lipos on Groupon, and y'all, I set the Groupon price based on what I'm trying to think. I based it based on what my price was on my scheduling, my booking link, and not realizing that Groupon, y'all, let me just tell you this. If you're using Groupon, it's a good tool, because I still use it. It's a good tool, but you have to know how to use it. So with Groupon, you can set a price, and then Groupon goes and discount it, because they're discounted website. So they discount it, and then every so often throughout the week, the month, the day, they do additional discounts. So you have a price that you set. They already discounted it, then they discount it again, and then they might discount it again, and then you have to pay them. So make sure you set in your prices accordingly with Groupon is going to be key. So I didn't know this in the beginning. I did not know this in the beginning, and I was wondering, like, why so many people was coming from Groupon, because it was dirt cheap. They were getting packages off Groupon completely dirt cheap. Like, it was bringing them in the door, but they were getting, like, dirt cheap prices. So that is a very big mistake that I learned along the way. If I'm going to use Groupon, use it properly. Make sure I'm talking to an agent, telling them what I want, what I don't want, how many discounts I want them to apply to my services, and how many clients I want to be able to purchase this coupon monthly. Other than that, I didn't want to use it. So once they helped me and I did my research and figured it out, it was a tool, and still is a tool, that I use greatly in my business. And we have great reviews on Groupon as well. Like, if you look Peace and Harmony Day Spa up in South Carolina, which is where I'm from, you will see, like, my business has a lot of reviews on Groupon, because I see a lot of clients, and it's a great tool if you know how to use it. My next mistake that I feel like I've made was not really knowing how to use social media in my business and to my advantage. What I mean by that is, I always felt like with massage therapy, like in the beginning, I wouldn't show a lot of things, because I felt like my services were more intimate. You know how you see people on Instagram, they share like people getting their lashes done, their brows done, their facials. I just felt like a full body massage and like post-op and body contouring was really, really intimate, and I didn't in the beginning really want to share that. But once I came out of that shell and I started sharing before and afters and pictures of me working on my clients, that's when I noticed a spark in my clientele. Like my clients began to come because they were able to see what I offer and what I could do for them, like what I could benefit them. So when they would see my before and afters of the body contouring sessions and stuff like that, clients began to come in. And when I saw it, I continued to show behind the scenes, before and afters, me working on clients, things like that, because that is what the people wanted to see. So for you, if you're out there and you're trying to figure out what you're not doing and you're not utilizing social media, that is going to be one of your issues. You have to show the people what you can offer and how you can benefit them. Otherwise, just talking to them and posting a bunch of words on social media is not going to grasp their attention. You have to show them what you can do, period. And finally, you guys, the biggest mistake I've made in my business up until this year, honestly, was not prioritizing my mental health, my self-care, me. That is the biggest mistake. Now, I spent so many years, not so many, child, making like I'm 10 years in the game, but hopefully we in it. But I've made the biggest mistake just not taking care of Monet. Simple. Because like I had this hustle mentality, like I got to take care of the clients. I got to take care of my children. I have to take care of Peace and Harmony Day Spa, because Peace and Harmony Day Spa is a living, breathing organ. Okay, that is one of my babies. Like I have to take care of her as well. So I have to feed her. I have to nourish her. I have to make sure she's straight, just like I do everything else in my life, my kids and all of that. But I was neglecting myself because I felt like I had to give all of me to everything else in order to make sure it worked. But up until this year, I'm taking a step back from a lot of things. When I feel like I need to rest, I'm going to rest. If I don't want to get out of bed, I'm going to stay a little bit longer. I'm going to shut off my snooze. I'm going to shut off my snooze and I'm going to lay down a little bit longer. If the kids need to be 5-10 minutes late, fine, so be it. I'm going to prioritize me. Because the business cannot run itself. It can't. So as you saw in previous videos where I was doing like the self-care, it's over here, my self-care jar, my journaling, my reading. I'm doing more of those things more consistently, because prior to me going to school for massage therapy, that's what I did. That is all I did. I had a therapist. I was prioritizing me and my mental health. My kids was happy and they're still happy, but just things was a lot more settled, like a lot more easy breezy for us prior to me starting this business. Because once you start a business, anxiety comes, depression comes, what's another word I'm looking for? Judgment. You begin to judge yourself. Comparison. You start to compare yourself to other people out here because you feel like, oh, well, I'm not doing this enough, or I didn't do that enough. Let me go harder. Let me this. No, stop all of that. You have to take care of you. It's gonna come. It's going to come. I've been through all of that, and I finally learned, like, listen, God didn't put me on this path for no reason at all. It's a reason I'm doing this. Maybe this reason is here today in this video to share and motivate with you, but I do know that I learned a hard lesson, and I literally chose no more hustle life. No more hustle life mentality for me. Of course, I'm going to get it, but I'm going to prioritize when I get it. When I'm going to schedule my emails. When I'm going to work on the business. When I'm going to take these calls. When I'm going to return these calls. You know, things like, no. I'm setting all that aside, and I'm spending more time in my living room on the couch with my son watching movies and Netflix. I'm spending more time reading my books. Y'all went and brought me a hookah for the house, and I learned how to do it for the first time probably about 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I enjoy it. I sit in my living room, smoke my hookah, listen to my R.A. Lennox or whatever playlist I got. I have me a drink. I don't care if it's water, and I sit around there and I just chill. And I also sometimes just move my body, whether it's yoga, whether it's turning on some Afro beats and just dancing and just chilling in the living room. I prioritize those things because they are important. Because when my dopamine level increases and I'm happy, the work I put out after increasing my dopamine levels is fire, pure fire. So make sure you hustle, but you hustle correctly. You make sure you hustle in a time frame that is not disrupting your mental health and your peace. Anxiety and depression are extremely real. Okay, it's real, and sometimes you won't recognize it. Other people will recognize it before you recognize it, but make sure you take care of you. Money ain't good if you going to the grave because you stressing and got depression. Yes, I'm all up in y'all business because it is that serious. Y'all making me put on my therapy hat right now. Take care of you. And I know all of this, and I still fell behind the dotted line. So it is important. There is no millionaire out here, no billionaire out here that's going to tell you that they did not go through that process of depression, stress, and anxiety. It happens. Like, it happens. Even if you're working a 9 to 5, it still happens. All those things are fine, but you just have to remember who comes first. God. Yeah, God. Then you, then your children. You have to give yourself the best part of everything. Take care of you, and everything else is gonna flow. I may have said lastly, but I got one more tip for y'all if I didn't say lastly. But another mistake I made is not paying attention to my expenses in my business. When I say expenses, I'm talking about the money I was spending out. Like, at the end of the year, I might have got a tax return or something that said my business made $60,000 that year, and I'm like, where it at? 60,000, where is it? You know what I mean? And you look back at the books and you like, oh my God, I spent this much in expenses. I'm a massage therapist. I like uses lotion and towels, you know, but no, Amazon, y'all. Amazon is a corporate. Amazon. I was on Amazon all the time because I felt like I had to buy this, I had to buy that, I had to buy this, I had to buy that. I was constantly looking for things to add into the spot, which is good because it literally takes about 5 years for you to see real profit from your business, because you're constantly buying stuff to make the business better. But be smart about it, because I was just buying this, that, and third, like, ooh, let me make this work, or ooh, I wanted the clients to like that. Cut your expenses out. Don't buy 2 massage chairs if you already got one. Don't buy 12 beds if you already got one. You know, things like that. Make purchases that make sense. Go ahead and stack up on like sheets. Go ahead and buy multiple jugs of oils and lotion, because as massage therapists, we can make that stuff last, right? So go ahead and buy like maybe 3 1 year, and then you might not have to purchase another bottle for like another two years. Like, who knows? You know, just spend wisely on those things. Don't go and buy a bunch of cupping machines. Don't go and buy a bunch of hot stone machines. Like, buy one thing and make it work. Use it over and over and over. I've learned that. So once I cut back on certain expenses and spending so much in my business monthly, I was able to save more. I think I also talked about in a few videos back about how I did like my subscriptions and my business, like my booking app and different things like that. At the beginning of the year, I went ahead and paid all that stuff up front. I went ahead and did a whole year subscription instead of a monthly, so I can see more of my return monthly versus having so many things come out of my business account monthly, making me feel like, God, dang, I spent so much money. I know in the beginning people also tell you the more you spend, the more you can save with IRS, but nah, I want to see more money in my bank account, okay? I want to see more digits staying in my savings account, so when I need to take this class in Utah, or if I need to take some pictures, I don't know, just whatever to enhance my business, I already got these funds here. Nobody's touching them because I'm not spending or doing anything with it. So make sure you are paying attention to your expenses in your business. All right, you guys, those were some of the mistakes that I wanted to talk to you guys about that I made in my business. I hope that you do a better job. I hope that if you don't learn anything else from these videos that I put out, that you get some type of motivation to go out and do your very best in your private solo massage therapy business. Until then, you guys, I will see you in the next vlog, because I'm actually about to continue a vlog that's going out next week or one day this week or whatever. But until then, I'll see you guys. Make sure you like, subscribe, and leave me a comment if you enjoyed this video. I'll see you next time. Bye.